Today we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked in construction, plastic wedge packers. Ever heard of them?
Honestly, I'd seen the term before but never realised how essential they are. These little plastic pieces actually play a huge role in building stability.
Exactly. The ones we're talking about are 30mm out, 3.6mm equal to 80mm, and they usually come in packs of 1,000. That's a lot of packing.
Right? But why so many? Is it because they're used everywhere, or do they just disappear mid-project?
Good question. They're used for levelling, spacing and aligning everything from windows to floor tiles. So on a big site you can go through loads of them fast.
Makes sense. It's like shims, but in a more controlled, uniform way. And being plastic, they don't rot or corrode like wood or metal.
Plus, plastic wedge packers are lightweight and easy to handle. No splinters, no rust stains. That's a win for any builder.
I read that their precise sizing also helps maintain consistent gaps, which is critical for structural integrity and finish.
Absolutely. Imagine laying a row of tiles without consistent spacing. Your whole wall could end up lopsided.
And it's not just tiles. They're used behind window frames, doors, even in furniture assembly sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen installers use them to make sure everything sits perfectly level before fixing it in place.
The 3.6mm thickness seems oddly specific. Why not just 3mm or 4mm?
I wondered that too. Sometimes tiny differences matter when you're levelling something. That little extra can make a big difference.
It's almost like the Goldilocks principle. 3mm is too thin, 4mm is too thick, but 3.6mm is just right.
That's a good way to put it. Also the length, 80mm, means you've got enough surface area for stable support.
I can see why builders prefer these over makeshift solutions like scraps of wood. There's way less guesswork.
And less risk. Using uneven materials to pack things can lead to shifting or even structural issues over time.
Speaking of risk, do you think plastic wedge packers are durable enough? What about heavy loads?
They're surprisingly tough. Most are designed to handle significant pressure without deforming, but of course you wouldn't use them to hold up a skyscraper beam.
That's reassuring. I guess they're more for fine-tuning than bearing the main load.
Exactly. They're like the behind-the-scenes crew at a concert, making sure everything runs smoothly, but rarely getting the spotlight.
That's a great analogy. And since they come in big packs, you don't have to worry about running out mid-project.
Unless you're really bad at estimating. But yeah, buying in bulk is usually more cost-effective too.
I suppose the only downside is keeping track of all those little pieces on a busy site.
True. They can vanish faster than socks in a dryer if you're not careful.
I've heard some sites colour-code their packers by thickness. That way you don't have to squint at tiny numbers all day.
That's smart, especially when you're in a hurry or working in low light.
It's the small things like this that actually save time and reduce errors on site.
Absolutely. It's easy to underestimate the impact of something so simple until you try working without it.
Have you ever tried improvising with random materials instead of proper packers?
Guilty as charged. Once tried using cardboard, bad idea. It compressed and threw everything out of alignment.
Lesson learned. I bet after that you kept a stash of proper plastic packers handy.
Oh, definitely. Sometimes you don't appreciate the real tools until you've tried the wrong ones.
It's funny how the smallest parts can cause the biggest headaches when they're missing.
Or the biggest relief when they're exactly what you need. It's all about those details.
So, do you think plastic wedge packers will ever get more recognition? Or are they destined to stay unsung heroes?
I think they'll always be quietly essential. Maybe not glamorous, but absolutely vital.
Maybe we need a Packer Appreciation Day for all the builders out there.
I'd celebrate that. After all, without them, a lot of our floors and windows would be pretty wonky.
For sure. And not just in construction, DIYers at home can benefit too. Ever tried fixing a wobbly bookshelf?
Oh yeah, just slide in a packer and suddenly everything's stable. No more leaning towers of books.
It's the kind of fix that makes you feel like a pro, even if you're just tinkering on a weekend.
Totally. And since they're plastic, you don't have to worry about them degrading over time.
Plus, they're reusable in a lot of cases. If you're careful, you can just collect and use them again.
That's sustainable thinking. Less waste, more efficiency.
So, to wrap up, plastic wedge packers. Simple, sturdy, and secretly essential.
Next time you see a perfectly aligned window or a level tile, remember there's probably a plastic packer behind the scenes.
And maybe give it a silent thank you for keeping things straight.
Or at least don't step on one. They hurt just as much as Lego bricks.
That's a public service announcement right there.
Well, thanks for joining us on this dive into the world of plastic wedge packers.
And don't forget, sometimes the smallest tools make the biggest difference. Maybe check under your sofa for a packer or two.
Or your toolbox. Until next time, keep building smart.
And keep an eye out for the little things. They might just save your project.